Hello guys, how you doing? This is Kevin, and I happened to buy this machine off eBay. I think Amazon sells it. It's a pretty famous screen printing machine, 4-in-1 press. Wasn't too hard to assemble. I must honestly say I was able to do it in less than an hour, maybe even 30 or 45 minutes. Um, Instructions don't work, so don't even try. And whatever DVD they sent didn't work for me, so maybe I had to use it on a computer. I'm not too sure. But I was able to put it together, and this is just a hobby that I do, making shirts. But I know there's some people who really want to get started, and some people who really want to get into screen printing. This is a very affordable machine, but the machine has its ups and has its downs. Um, a couple things that I will say: it's not perfectly engineered to get probably the best quality prints that you want. Great startup. It's good for a single color, maybe even two, maybe even three. But to get all three arms and get them rigged up to where you can register everything right and do a four color might be a little difficult, but possible. Now, the reason why I say it's possible, a lot of people are saying they can't do it, but I figured out a way to level this machine out and to get all four of these arms right at about the same exact level, meaning that every arm will fall exactly where it needs to fall. The first thing that you want to do when you're actually building it, or if you already have it built, the first thing you want to do is loosen this up, these two bearings. Those two bearings have play in them. They can go left or right when they're loose. You want to make sure you squeeze them as much to the middle, coming inwards, and then maybe even two people. Somebody can hold it all the way in while you're tightening it, or vice versa. These two in the middle, the same thing. Squeeze both of these bolts as close to the center as you can before you tighten it. If you don't, your screens will have play. And I figured out as soon as you tighten this down, squeeze to the center, and tighten this down, squeeze to the center, you have no movement. You can bring down any arm, and it doesn't move. It don't even have any play in it. I mean, it's just perfect. Every drop, it doesn't move. It's just, for the machine, it's just perfect. I can't ask for anything else. I mean, it's solid, it works, and look, there's just no play. Everything came out perfect. This is a big role in getting your registrations down, and let's start with leveling. So I was told that a lot of people say, "Oh, I can't get it level. I can't get it leveled. I can't get my arm. It's going up at an angle this way. It keeps coming up, rising up." So if you were to put a level on this right here, this is your problem. It's whacked out of level, and it's almost at the point where you can bring this all the way down, which is supposed to stop it, and you can come all the way down to the end where it's not even touching, but you're hitting this piece up here. So it's never going to be leveled. It's always going to be coming up at an angle this way. Now what I did was I focused where my screen is at. I'm not too worried about this arm, but I need to be worried about this because my screen has to be leveled when I put my screen in there. So what I did is I took a level from here, and I got this one leveled. I already did this one. And I put a level on this opposite side, and as you see, it's pretty much leveled. But what you can always do is you can always use a clamp. That's why I took the thing off. I use a clamp here and I bend it. I got this clamp at Harbor Freight for about $6. So let me go ahead and get it situated right here. So, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm looking at this level and I can see if I just pull it down like that, it can come down. So I'll put the clamp in here on this side and I'm gonna squeeze it. As you see, I went over a little bit, which means I'm bending it. So whenever I release the tension, it should fall right back into center. And maybe just a little more tension, as you can see. So I'll just do a little half twist and I'll go at it again. Now what we're doing is we're just bending it. Okay? All we're doing is bending it. So it bent a little bit and I'm gonna come off of it. And that's pretty dead center. That's pretty good. Now the next step is once you have it bent like this and you're perfectly, this is perfectly flat. Even though this arm is coming at an angle, I have this as close as I can get it, which is what you want, because I mean, I have this plate as close as I can get it. This plate is flush, going both ways. I'm leveled going both ways. I got no problem. Now, if you're not leveled going this way, what you would do is you would loosen these bolts up, okay? Loosen these bolts up. And give it some playing room. So I'm gonna loosen both of them up. Now I can move it freely, kinda. You know, however I want to move it. But the reason I do that is because now, not only do I have to be level this way, because I'm already level coming this way. So I have to be leveled this way, horizontal and vertically. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my pallet on there, because I want to see where I'm landing at. I want to see where that arm lands. Okay. Another thing, just putting your pallet on there doesn't mean that it's leveled. Okay, you have to level your pallet. You know that if you're leveling all this and your pallet's not leveled, you're not doing much. So let's go ahead and we're gonna level the pallet out now. Now that we know this is leveled, I can follow that line for the side level. But now I'm gonna have to do this level too. So I'm gonna come up under here. I sit on the floor when I do mine, but you can do yours how you want. Now I have to find, what I have to do is tighten up the middle bottoms, because that's gonna give me, now I can play either way like this. So I'm gonna tighten those up. And I'm gonna put this level here. As you see, I'm pretty much leveled right there, looking real good. So I'm gonna go ahead and just soft tighten it. And now the idea is for this screen to fall straight flat out. And I have this. So now I can bring this down. You can inch it down. You can just grab your clamp, or if you want to use your hands, you can use your hands. I'm just gonna bring it down. I'm just eyeballing it. A little more. And that right there, gentlemen, is pretty good. I mean, that's you want this space that's under there, it's about the size of a quarter. That's what you want in between your screen and your pallet. So you can go ahead and get a quarter. We're gonna put that quarter at the end of the plate. And if you see, that's pretty close of where that screen needs to fall. And we're gonna put it at the end of this side. And it is almost perfect. I mean, probably as good as it's gonna get. And we can always check the level again. I mean, that's the most important part. Pretty good. Pretty good. So now we can take this off. And I know it's a process and it's time consuming, but you're gonna have to do it to every arm. You're gonna have to take this all the way off. And now that we have it where we want it, we tighten it just a little bit. You see? I'm just doing little by little. I'm really inching my way through it. And I mean, that level is perfect. I'm perfectly leveled going this way, and now for the screen coming this way. So, what I'm gonna do, and you don't want to tighten one side too much because it'll just cause it to move. So just go back and forth slowly, and then keep going. You have bolts in the back here. Tighten those down too when you get done. I mean, just to give it a locked and secure feeling, you know, and don't put so much pressure on it, you know, tighten that back one. But now our screen's gonna come out straight. I can just put that there and I can just see that it is dead center. And you see here, it is dead center. I mean, we can go to either side and see that that's dead center. So it's now this, even though this bar is not where it needs to be, of course, but it is coming out as straight as possible, as you can see here. It's just amazing. I mean, for a cheap machine to have a great registration, it is possible. It just takes time. And you're going to do that to all four arms. And let me know how it went. You know, the only thing you really need is your clamp. You're going to need your little tightening tool that came in the kit. And you're going to need a level. And after that, you're pretty much set, man. I mean, once you do it to all of them, you're going to get great registration. And you're going to, and you know, don't forget about these bearings. On top of bending these little things with the clamp and getting them right, don't forget about your bearings, you know. And to give you a good idea of where it should be, you can see right there that it's just has a little hole on top of those slots. And that's probably exactly where it needs to be when it comes all the way down, in order for that pallet to be about a quarter off. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hearing me out. If y'all have any questions, you can comment. And if y'all need help with anything else, I pretty much did about everything from leveling it to building it. You just send me a message, a comment, and I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. Thank you.